Year's Eve, December 31st, midnight. Most people think it's just a party, a countdown, some champagne and resolutions they'll forget by February, but it's not. New Year's Eve is the most powerful manifestation portal of the entire year. It's a quantum threshold, a timeline split, a moment when realities branch and you get to choose which one you step into. And if you waste this night on random celebration, drunk conversations, and unconscious energy, you're missing the biggest opportunity you have all year to set your timeline for 2026. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the complete New Year's Eve manifestation ritual. This is how you actually set your timeline, how you quantum jump into the reality you want, how you make 2026 the year everything changes. But you have to do this intentionally. You have to understand what's happening energetically, and you have to be awake at midnight, not drunk, not distracted, awake, present, intentional. Let's talk about why New Year's Eve is your biggest opportunity. Here's what most people don't understand. New Year's Eve isn't just symbolic, it's energetic. There's actual power in this moment. And it has nothing to do with fireworks or champagne. First, there's the collective consciousness reset. Billions of people around the world are focused on the same thing at the same time. Endings, beginnings, new possibilities, hope, change. That creates a massive energetic field, a surge, a wave of consciousness that you can ride if you know how. It's like standing at the base of a waterfall. The power is there. You just have to position yourself to use it. Second, there's the calendar reset. Now, I know calendars are human-made, but that doesn't make them powerless. Humans have been using calendars to mark time for thousands of years, and that collective agreement creates energetic significance. When the calendar flips from December 31st to January 1st, it's not just a date change, it's a psychological and energetic reset point. Your subconscious knows this, your nervous system feels it, and that creates openness to new programming. Third, there's the timeline split. In quantum physics, every choice creates a branching point, a new timeline. And major transition points amplify this. New Year's Eve is one of those amplified moments. At midnight, you're standing at a crossroads. Multiple timelines exist simultaneously. The version of 2026 where you're still stuck. The version where you're thriving. The version where you're transformed. They all exist as possibilities. And in that moment, you get to choose. Not with your words, with your energy, with your consciousness, with your intention. That's what timeline setting is. It's consciously choosing which reality you step into. And fourth, there's the numerology. 2026 is a universal 1 year. In numerology, you add the digits. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Universal 1. 1 is the number of new beginnings, fresh starts, creation, leadership, initiation. It's the first number, the origin point, the spark. 2026 is the start of a completely new 9-year cycle. Whatever you plant on December 31st will grow through the entire cycle. The seeds you set now determine the harvest in 2034. This isn't about 1 year. This is about the next decade of your life. So when I say New Year's Eve is your biggest opportunity, I'm not exaggerating. This is the night, this is the moment, and most people completely waste it. Let's talk about why most people waste this portal. Here's what typically happens. December 31st arrives. People go to parties. They drink, they make small talk. They watch the countdown on TV. They kiss someone at midnight. They say Happy New Year and go to bed. And they wonder why January feels exactly like December, why their life doesn't change, why their resolutions fail. It's because they didn't do the work. They didn't set the timeline. They just drifted into 2026 carrying all the same energy from 2025. There's no intention, no consciousness, no energetic shift. Just champagne and confetti, and I get it, the default is distraction. The default is celebration without purpose. The default is wasting the portal because you don't even know it exists. But you know better now. You're here watching this video. You understand that energy is real, that timelines are real, that manifestation requires more than wishes. It requires work. So here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to use New Year's Eve for what it's actually meant for. A complete timeline reset, a quantum jump, a conscious choice of reality. And this happens in 4 parts: release, choose, activate, anchor. Let's start with part 1. Part 1 of the New Year's Eve ritual is releasing the old timeline. You cannot step into a new reality while clutching the old one. You have to let go first. This is different from the release ritual we did earlier in December. That was clearing the year. This is releasing the timeline. The version of you that existed in 2025. The beliefs, the identity, the frequency. Here's how you do it. Sometime between 6 p.m. and midnight on December 31st, find 30 minutes alone. Turn off your phone. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes, and I want you to visualize the entire year of 2025 like a movie. Don't focus on individual moments. See it as a whole, as one complete experience, one timeline, one version of reality. Now ask yourself, what did this timeline teach me? What did I learn? What did I become? Acknowledge it. Thank it. But don't cling to it. This timeline is ending. In a few hours, it will be complete. And you need to be okay with that. Say out loud or in your mind, I honor this timeline. I release this timeline. I am ready for what's next. Feel yourself energetically disconnecting from 2025, like unplugging a cord. You're still you, but you're no longer tethered to that specific version of reality. Take 3 deep breaths and notice the space that opens up, that emptiness, that's potential. That's the void where new timelines are born. Now we move to part 2, choosing your 2026 timeline. This is the most important part, because you're not just setting goals. You're not just making wishes. You're choosing which reality you're going to inhabit. Here's the difference. Goals are external. Timelines are internal. A goal is, I want to make more money. A timeline is, I exist in a reality where abundance flows to me naturally. Do you feel the difference? One is something you're trying to achieve, the other is a reality you're stepping into. That's timeline work. So here's what you're going to do. Get a journal and write at the top, 2026 timeline. Now I want you to describe your desired reality, not what you're going to do, the reality you're choosing to exist in. Write in present tense, as if you're already there. For example, in my 2026 timeline, I wake up feeling energized and aligned. Money comes to me from multiple sources with ease. My relationships are healthy and supportive. I trust my intuition completely. I feel calm and confident in my decisions. I am living my purpose. Be specific. Be detailed. Write for at least 10 minutes. Don't edit. Don't judge. Just channel the reality you're choosing. This is quantum work. Every version of 2026 already exists. The one where you're thriving, the one where you're struggling, the one where you're transformed. They're all there. You're just choosing which one you're going to experience. And the way you choose is through consciousness, through energy, through decision, not hope, not wishing, decision. When you're done writing, read it out loud, slowly. Feel each sentence. Let your body recognize this reality. Let your nervous system start attuning to this frequency. This is your timeline. You just chose it. Now we need to activate it at midnight. Part 3 is the midnight activation. This is where the portal actually opens. This is where the timeline split happens. And you need to be conscious for it. Here's what most people do at midnight. They're drunk, they're distracted, they're kissing someone, they're watching TV, and they completely miss the moment. Don't do that. Be awake, be present, be intentional. Here's the ritual. In the final 60 seconds before midnight, hold your timeline description in your hands. Stand if you can. Close your eyes if it feels right. And as the countdown happens, 10, 9, 8. I want you to feel yourself moving toward your chosen timeline, like walking through a doorway, stepping across a threshold. 7, 6, 5. Feel the old timeline falling away behind you. 4, 3, 2. Feel the new timeline coming into focus ahead of you. 1, midnight. Step across. Say in your mind or out loud, I choose this timeline. I activate this reality. I am here now. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath. You just quantum jumped. You just set your timeline. The next 365 days will unfold from this moment. This isn't symbolic. This is real. You just made a choice at the quantum level, and your reality will begin reorganizing to match that choice. But you're not done yet. Now you have to anchor it. Part 4 is anchoring in the first 24 hours. The timeline is set, but it's delicate, like wet paint. It needs to dry. And the way you behave in the first day of 2026 determines how solid that timeline becomes. Here's what you need to do on January 1st. Wake up as the person in your chosen timeline, not as who you were in 2025, as who you are in 2026. How would that version of you start the day? What would they eat? How would they move? What would they think? What would they wear? Embody it. Don't fake it. Embody it. You already chose this timeline. Now you're living it. And here's the key. Take one aligned action, something that the 2026 version of you would do. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be aligned. Maybe it's meditating. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's reaching out to someone. Maybe it's starting a project. Whatever it is, do it on January 1st. This tells your subconscious this timeline is real. We're actually doing this. This isn't just a New Year's Eve fantasy. This is our reality now. The more you act from your chosen timeline in the first 24 hours, the more it solidifies. By the end of January 1st, that timeline becomes your default. Your nervous system accepts it. Your subconscious runs with it. And 2026 begins unfolding accordingly. Now let's talk about what to expect in 2026. Here's the truth. You're not going to wake up on January 2nd with a completely transformed life. That's not how timelines work. You chose the reality. Now you have to live it. Day by day, choice by choice, frequency by frequency. But here's what will happen. Opportunities will start appearing that match your timeline. People will show up who resonate with your new frequency. Situations will shift. Doors will open. Things that used to feel hard will start feeling easier. Not because the universe is suddenly favoring you, but because you're in a different timeline. You're experiencing a different version of reality, the version you chose at midnight on December 31st. And the more you stay aligned with that timeline, the more your external world will reflect it. This is how manifestation actually works, not magic. Alignment. 2026 is a universal 1 year, new beginnings, fresh starts. Initiation. You're planting seeds that will grow for the next 9 years, so plant them intentionally, choose your timeline consciously, and then live it. Let's bring this home. You now have the complete New Year's Eve manifestation ritual. You know why this night is so powerful. You know how to release the old timeline, how to choose your new one, how to activate it at midnight, and how to anchor it in the first 24 hours. Do this on December 31st. Don't waste the portal. Don't let midnight pass unconsciously. Be awake, be present, be intentional. And then, when everyone else is wondering why their New Year's resolutions are failing, you'll be living a completely different reality. Because you didn't set resolutions. You set a timeline, and you stepped into it. If you're doing this ritual on New Year's Eve, comment 2026 below. Let's set our timelines together. Let's make this the year everything changes. And if you want more content like this, where we work with actual quantum principles and real energy mechanics. Subscribe to this channel. We're not doing surface-level manifestation here. We're doing timeline work. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to be conscious. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in your new timeline.